Yo, yo, yo. It's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why your energy is pretty much the difference between if you're gonna pull, let's say, if you're gonna be attractive to people in general, or you're gonna live a very mediocre life. Why your energy is pretty much the difference between what type of life you live, and how retaining your energy, your force field, your seminal fluid can really transcend you into the life that you've always wanted to create. So the thing is, energy is literally one of the most important things known to man. If you don't have any energy and desire to do anything, you're pretty much going to live a life of mediocrity. You're pretty much going to live a life that you're not really that proud of. Because if you're too tired to do things, then you're not going to do it. And life's going to be a lot harder. You're going to be depressed. You're going to act depressed. The difference between someone who's depressed and someone who isn't is that the person's depression has something to do with their facial expressions and what things they do. Because the thing is, if you don't really have anything on your clock, if you don't have things that you need to take care of, if there isn't anything very things that you need to really do, then it's going to be harder for you to be happy because you don't feel purposeful. And the thing is, if you're on no fat, if you retain your nut, you're gonna have extra energy. You're gonna have extra energy to play around with, to create with. Your creative energy is gonna be over 9,000. The difference between someone who's, let's say, a self-made millionaire and someone who, let's say, has a mediocre salary is what do they decide to do with their creative energy? What do they do with their creative energy? A lot of people like to deplete it. They waste it on any girl that shows desire. They release it on their own. They waste it. They just don't do anything with it. But the men who are very intentional about using their creative energy to create, let's say, extra sources of income, multiple streams of income, uses it to help their social and charisma skills, uses it to attract, let's say, women, attract people, attract opportunities in their life, they're gonna be a little bit happier in the long run, because they're using their creative energy to they're literally manipulating life's most potent energy and using it to create something for themselves in the long run. The difference between a ditch digger and a multi-millionaire is the thoughts that they entertain and then the actions that come along with it. And this is pretty much it. How come people live in the same, let's say, neighborhood, and one person is prospering and the other one is not prospering? It really depends on what type of thoughts they entertain in their subconscious, what their beliefs are, what they decide to believe about themselves, and then how well they execute on those nudges. And this is pretty much it. So I mean, you can use your creative energy to really get what you want from life. You can use it to transcend your life. You can use it to become very, very happy with yourself. If you use that creative energy and you use that creative energy to, let's say, work out, to transcend your business, to attract somebody who you're excited about, and you just become become a radio signal for very good things to happen to you. The way really good things to happen to you, the way really good things can start happening to you consistently, is if you consistently feel good. And you can consistently feel good by not wasting your sexual energy, by exercising, because if you exercise, there's going to be an endorphin rush in your brain. You're going to feel good after your workout. there's some people who don't even work out, who work out just to not even look good. It just comes along with it. You just do it so they know, so they can feel good about themselves, and that's pretty much it. They like to get that dopamine rush every time after a good workout. And the thing is, the more energy you have, the more likely you are to crush your goals and your desires and get what you really want from life, because like I said, you're manipulating life's most potent type of energy, your sexual energy, and you're transcending it, and you're transmitting it through your blood vessels and your brain, and your body's absorbing the energy, and now it's basically making you very, let's say, the best version of yourself. It's making you a lot more attractive. It's making you smarter. It's making you just a very, very well-rounded being. And this can start your life can start taking care of itself if you do this consistently. And the thing is, if you go on NoFap, your manifestation rate is transcended. It's to the point where it's really easy for you to get what you want. Because, like I said, the better you feel about yourself, the easier it is to attract women in general. The easier it is to attract high-quality people in general. You attract low-quality people by being a low-quality person. You attract negative situations and circumstances by being very negative, being very depressed, being very low vibrational. All of this goes hand in hand. The better you feel about yourself, the easier it is to attract better situations to yourself, because you're vibrating at a different frequency. You're vibrating at a different frequency. A lot of people like to entertain negative thoughts. They like to... Their habits are bad. They listen to fear-mongering type of information. They listen to the news. They listen to other people's opinion. They care too much what other people think. These people aren't going to be as happy as the person who likes to goes in his own way, because the person who goes his own way eventually gets what he wants if he never quits. And like I said, banter, which means content-free conversation, is literally the easiest thing, is literally the best thing you can do for yourself if you're trying to attract, let's say, like high-quality women, because a lot of high-quality women are very used to guys throwing themselves at them. They're used to it. But the man, if you can get a woman to start thinking, does he like me or does he not like me? That's a good position you want to be in. You have to have her curious. Curiosity equals attraction. The more curious she is about you, the more you use this method called push and pull, the easier it is to, let's say, get where you want to be with her, because she's not too sure if you like her or not. This is a skill that you can master, and you can master it a lot easier if you go on NoFap, because if you release that desire, then you're gonna be in the friend zone pretty much. It's gonna be harder for you to attract her because you're too much of a friend. You're not teasing her enough. You put her too much on a pedestal. So like, retain, feel really good about yourself, and then use that energy to kind of tease her a little bit. You have to be a man that attracts a lot of women instead of just being one that attracts only one. You got to build yourself up to become that person. Like I said, NoFap really helps you manifest, helps you become the guy you really want to be in the long run. It really does. And the thing is, the clearer your mind is, the clearer you get insight from the Most High. And the better insight you get, the more spectacular you look in front of, let's say, your peers, because you're not receiving insight from normal three-dimensional things. You're receiving insight from the Most High, and this looks pretty spectacular in front of your friends. Because like I said, when you decide to meditate and then when you start and you decide to go on, let's say, no fat, and you also start working out, and then you have a purposeful mission that you're working on, a lot of the insight that you start receiving, like I said, a lot of the thoughts that you start entertaining are very, very high vibrational, and the more high vibrational thoughts that you entertain, the more high vibrational person you will end up becoming, because you're no longer entertaining very mediocre or negative thoughts. The person who entertains negative thoughts pretty much becomes less. So, I mean, the choice is yours. Entertain high vibrational thoughts, use banter, become charismatic, receive insight from the Most High, just become all-knowing, and your life will tend to become a lot easier in the long run. But it really depends what type of thoughts you like to entertain and what type of actions you take, because ideas are meaningless unless you take action. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you in the next video.